Welcome to Chiefs Express Report. The championship window remains open, but questions multiply. What appeared certain just weeks ago now carries underlying tension as the Kansas City organization navigates early adversity that few anticipated. Internal discussions about personnel moves and strategic adjustments reflect the franchise unwilling to accept mediocrity, even temporarily. The path forward will determine more than standings. It will establish how this team responds when excellence feels less automatic. Let's check out and analyze several issues happening in Kansas City. Firstly, can I ask for your help? Just leave a like. So many of you watch us daily and forget, but thumbs up. It's a humble way to support and helps more than you know. Thanks a lot. Following Green Bay's decision to part ways with Mecole Hardman and shift focus toward rookie Jacoby James, a fundamental question emerges about the veteran receiver's place in professional football. The Packers prioritize youth and developmental potential over proven veteran contributions, signaling diminished market value for Hardman's skill set. While Chiefs supporters naturally envision a homecoming, Brett Veach's track record includes multiple veteran reunions. Current roster construction and seasonal timing make active roster reinstatement improbable. Personnel dynamics have evolved, with younger alternatives commanding attention over established veterans seeking roles. Through 3 contests, Kansas City has managed receiver shortages while anticipating reinforcements and monitoring injury updates from the medical staff. Available roster space for Mecole Hardman appears severely limited, based on both personnel forecasting and strategic alignment. Worthy and Royals trending toward complete health, combined with Rashee Rice's Week 7 suspension conclusion, will restore meaningful receiver depth. Tyquan Thornton's development and organizational interest in Jason Brownlee further restricts veteran opportunities. Selected as Kansas City's second-round choice in 2019, Hardman has rejoined the franchise twice following external tenures. His 2023 Jets signing preceded Veach's trade deadline reacquisition, and June 2024 brought another signing before training camp commenced. Kansas City tenure totals reflect 2,486 scrimmage yards and 19 touchdown contributions. Should Hardman provide value to Kansas City presently, practice squad veteran insurance represents the most probable scenario, a homecoming role he might embrace for career extension purposes. Such arrangements could facilitate reunion circumstances, though active roster expectations warrant restraint regardless of future opportunities. Meanwhile, offensive struggles have prompted speculation about targeting established veterans who could transform the ground game entirely. Kansas City's potential pursuit of proven backfield stability raises questions about addressing rushing inconsistencies through aggressive roster moves. Ground game production averages 108 yards per contest, ranking 17th league-wide, with Patrick Mahomes peculiarly leading team rushing statistics entering Week 4. No clear primary runner has emerged. Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, and rookie Brashard Smith remain without definitive role establishment through opening contests. Establishing a definitive lead rusher may require November 4th deadline activity. Wednesday analysis from NFL.com's Maurice Jones-Drew identified 5 deadline-worthy running backs, positioning New Orleans veteran Alvin Kamara second while suggesting Kansas City compatibility. Jones-Drew referenced the Saints' winless opening and probable organizational restructuring as factors potentially lowering Kamara's trade valuation, while Kansas City would benefit from a refined pass-catching complement to Mahomes. Kamara's trade value might not be as high as it once was, but by moving the experienced playmaker, New Orleans would pick up draft capital and free up some cap space. The team that should seriously consider calling GM Mickey Loomis is Kansas City. Kamara could be the answer to many of the Chiefs' offensive problems, Jones-Drew analyzed. The 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year enters his 9th professional season among modern football's most accomplished receiving backs. Since 2017, Kamara leads running backs in receptions, 582, and receiving yards, 4,809, ranking 3rd in touchdown receptions, 25 among RBs during that time frame, credentials providing Mahomes another reliable passing outlet. Current season production includes 186 rushing yards and 1 touchdown through 3 games, plus 9 catches for 47 yards. At 30 years old, Kamara maintains proven dual-threat capabilities as both rusher and passing game weapon. New Orleans faces Buffalo in Week 4, while Kansas City travels to Baltimore. Saints falling to 0-4 could accelerate extensive roster restructuring timelines, potentially including veteran trades like Kamara.
In another development, ESPN analysts have identified a different running back option that could address Kansas City's backfield concerns. Could acquiring a dynamic rusher provide the offensive balance that reduces Patrick Mahomes' overwhelming workload burden? With offensive underperformance forcing Mahomes to shoulder excessive responsibility, Kansas City may explore external roster solutions, including trade market options, for proven rushing assistants capable of transforming offensive dynamics. Trade execution would demand significant resources, yet the club's deadline aggressiveness history, paired with obvious consistent rushing needs, renders such moves conceivable. While awaiting two primary receivers' return to enhance passing effectiveness, trade deadline exploration could address rushing deficiencies and reduce quarterback pressure. As NFL trade deadline approaches, substantial targets may become available, including former first-round selections. ESPN's Dan Graziano analyzed players most likely reaching trade availability, suggesting Jacksonville might consider parting with Travis Etienne Jr. Despite Etienne maintaining depth chart leadership following Tank Bigsby's trade, Graziano proposed Jacksonville's willingness to move him for future planning. The Jaguars drafted Bashul Tutton in the 4th round of this year's draft, and then took passing down back LeQuint Allen Jr. in the 7th, Graziano observed. Those two probably form the future of the team's backfield. Jacksonville already traded Tank Bigsby to the Eagles. If the Jaguars fall out of contention and want to get a longer look at their rookies, Etienne and his $6.143 million salary would probably be pretty easy to move. Playing his 5th-year option without extension beyond 2025, Etienne represents a potential deadline acquisition. The running back commands premium compensation, ranking among leading rushers through 3 weeks with 270 yards and 1 touchdown. Though experiencing production decline last season, the 2021 first-round selection accumulated 2,961 career rushing yards with 19 career touchdowns. Ground game improvement remains Kansas City's most critical need. Mahomes leads the team with 125 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing, while primary backs Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt both average below 4 yards per carry. Graziano noted Kansas City won't be throwing in the towel at any point despite their 1-3 beginning, likely utilizing trade deadline opportunities for playoff push reinforcements. The Chiefs haven't looked good, but they still have Andy Reid as their coach and Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback, and they tend to be active at the trade deadline. So we can feel pretty confident they'll be looking to add, whether it's at running back, at wide receiver, or somewhere on the defense. Regardless of trade pursuit, reinforcements approach availability. Second-year receiver Xavier Worthy nears return following shoulder injury sustained in the season-opening Chargers loss. Primary receiver Rashee Rice maintains 3 remaining suspension games before Week 7 team rejoining. At the same time, receiver depth issues have sparked discussions about pursuing a proven downfield threat through the trade market. Might pairing Patrick Mahomes with an established field-stretching receiver finally restore this passing attack's explosive capability? Acquiring an established field-stretching receiver would constitute a significant move, yet franchise identity and championship timeline could justify associated costs. Currently positioned at AFC West's bottom with a 1-3 record, Kansas City resembles little of the offensive powerhouse traditionally expected. Through 3 games, Kansas City managed just 6 offensive touchdowns, hardly the standard Andy Reid and Mahomes established together. Leading league insiders believe Kansas City may address its current playmaker shortage. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler identified the Chiefs as the franchise that needs to be the most active on the trade block, while colleague Dan Graziano suggested an intriguing option, Chris Olave. The Saints don't look as if they're going anywhere this season, and they have Rashid Shaheed on an expiring contract and Chris Olave with 1 year, his 5th-year option, left on his deal, Graziano wrote September 24th, adding, would their new coaching staff make either or both of those players available? I don't think we can rule out teams such as Buffalo, Kansas City, Green Bay, and/or San Francisco if the right impact receiver becomes available. Mahomes has operated underneath coverage without genuine field-tilting receivers since Tyreek Hill's departure. Adding Olave would transform that dynamic. He would stabilize passing effectiveness and stretch defenses vertically beyond current receiving core capabilities. The 25-year-old Olave has provided New Orleans consistency since his 11th overall selection in 2022. He surpassed 1,000 receiving yards in both initial seasons, 1,042 as a rookie and 1,123 in year 2, while consistently handling primary receiver responsibilities. Even during injury-shortened 2024, when concussion sidelined him 9 games, he maintained the precise route running and deep threat ability that warranted first-round investment. Olave has sustained approximately 2.2 yards per route run since league entry, an elite measurement, while his target share exceeded 25% during field time. As a rookie, he led first-year receivers in yards per route run, and when healthy in 2024, he exceeded 80 yards in 4 of 6 complete games. He succeeds through suddenness and separation creation, capabilities Kansas City currently require. New Orleans exercised his fifth-year option this spring, maintaining control through 2026 at cost-controlled rates. His cap impact exceeds $6 million this season. Would New Orleans genuinely consider his departure? At 0-3 and facing another reset under new head coach Kellen Moore, New Orleans might prioritize draft capital accumulation over committing significant money to star receivers presently. Without clear long-term quarterback solutions, trading Olave for premium draft compensation wouldn't be unprecedented. For Kansas City, investigation would be worthwhile, as Mahomes-Olave pairing offers unlimited potential. What's your opinion? Leave it in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.